Okay, let's say you've created a Memrise account and you're ready to get started on the static scores. Go over here to Browse in the upper right hand corner. Scroll down till you see Maths and Science, Engineering. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Click on Statics. And this is your static scores. It consists of a bunch of levels. Each level corresponds to a reading assignment or part of the questions from a reading assignment. So the second level corresponds to 2.4, part 1 of 2, and this third one, 2.4, 2 of 2. So there are 2 levels for that one reading assignment on September 6th, so that it's got the date when you're supposed to do it, or get started with it, or you should get started on or before that date. So you should get started on this one by 9/6. Same thing with this one, 9/6, and then this is the next reading assignment. You don't have to get started on that until 9/9 at the latest. To get started on a reading assignment level, it was set one level associated with a reading assignment. You click on it, and it brings you to a list of the things that you'll be tested on in that level. So a list of the things you're trying to make sure you got in your memory. That's nano means 10 to the minus ninth. We're checking on that. The weight of an object of a mass of 1 slug. If you can't see it, you can preview it. Learning objects, preview, just to go through so you can see them all, which might come in handy at some point, but you don't have to do that. I'm going to go less there. Then to end the preview, I'll hit that pause, save, and exit. After you get through them all, it'll end it anyway. But suppose you decide, okay, I want to start planting. The metaphor here is to plant something, you learn that something through drill and practice. And then once you have learned it, all you have to do is remember it, and you remember it by reviewing it once in a while, which they refer to as watering. There's planting, corresponds to learning. Watering corresponds to reviewing so that you remember it. So with this first one, we'll start planting so you can see what happens. First, it just shows you a couple of the questions. Nano means 10 to the minus ninth. Okay. Kilo means 10 to the positive third. Okay. Then it starts quizzing you on it. Nano, I want to click on that one. Kilo, I want to click on that one. Gives me another one, 10 to the 6 is mega, etc. There are 3 different kinds of tests. What you've seen so far is the multiple choice test. There's a typing test where you actually have to type in what they said, so make sure you see how I represented 10 to the ninth. In this case, it's 10, and then the up arrow, which is the shift 6 on your keyboard, and then a 9. You got to type that in sometimes. And then if there's more than one word answer, they got something they call a tapping test or a rearrange the word test. It gives you the words and the answer in random order. You click on the first word first, and it puts it into a box. You click on the second word second, it puts it in the second position in that same answer box, and then you click on the third one. If that's all there is, then you're done, and tells you that you got the answer right. That's called the tapping test or the rearrange the words test. I want to show you some shortcuts. One of the main things here is if you already know it, that learning process involves a lot of repetition. So if you already know all the words in a particular level, let's say in level 1, suppose you already know all those things by heart. You already know them quite well. I wouldn't say by heart, but you're already quite familiar with them. Then you don't really need to go through that learning process. You just want it to you want to review it once in a while to make sure that you don't forget it. So you want to do the watering process, but you don't really want to do the growing process. So you could actually do that one on this one. While you're planting, what you do is go up here into the URL where the URL appears, and type in, click just before the word grow, the last item there, and type in auto, A-U-T-O, underscore. So instead of saying grow there, it now says auto grow. Hit the enter on your keyboard. Click yes, leave this page. Click leave page. And you say it's auto growing. And level 1 is now fully planted. And all you have to do is water. So just go ahead and water them right away after auto grow. With watering, instead of seeing it a whole bunch of times, you just see it 1 or 2 times for each thing you're being tested on, unless you get it wrong. If you get it wrong, then it shows you more often, which makes a lot of sense. So the ones that you need to review, it shows more often. So the auto grow features is going to be one of your biggest time savers for cases where you already know the stuff that you're being tested on. So let's look at that one more time. Let's say a slightly different case where in level 2, for instance, when you get to that one, you say, okay, there are 5 items there, and I know most of them really well, but the X component vector, I'm not used to that, and the X component of the resultant. I need some extra study on those. The ones you need extra study on, ironically, you first have to ignore. So it was the second one and the last one, I think I said. So I'll ignore those, save it so they're ignored, and then here it's continue planting. I get to see when I'm planting, I see that word grow. I'll type in auto underscore, so now it reads auto grow instead of just grow. Leave page, and it does the auto growing. Of course, it auto grew all the ones except for the ones that I told it to ignore. Now those are the ones I really need to study, so I got to get into the ignore business again and uncheck those, save it. And so now when I continue planting, it's going to make me drill and practice on the 2 that I thought I needed drill and practice on. That parallel, the one parallel to the x-axis is called the x component vector, x component vector of the given vector. So next, and the x component of the result, and some of the x components are the ones being added. So then I'll see a bunch of questions on that. The x component vector is what I want. So it makes me drill and practice on exactly the ones that I said I need drill and practice on. One tip on that will make it even more effective is go to settings, learning, and number of items per planting session. When you first get there, let's look at all of them. It's going to be number of pin courses is 3. That doesn't matter. It's how many it shows on your home page. Skip the loading animation. That's unchecked. I check it. It's a waste of time to look at a picture of a flower growing. Number of items per planting session. The default is 5. Change it to 15. I never give you more than 15 questions per level, so you get to cover the whole level. If you keep that at 5, when you do the auto grow, it will only auto grow the first 5, and then you do it again to get the next 5, and then again to get the third 5 if you want to. But if you change it to 15, it'll auto grow all 15 of them all in one fell swoop. 25 is good. Once you start watering, you need a break after you do 25 anyway. It's good for it to say, okay, take a break. Show the on-screen keyboard. That doesn't matter. I told you about the tapping or rearrange the words test. If you find that one annoying, come in here, Again, it's settings, and then the learning settings. Click on that, and it'll make that go away. I actually find it useful, so I keep it in my account. But click on save, and that is something that you actually want to do before the first time that you do that auto grow. So let's say I want to auto grow another level. That I already clicked on save, but alright. You want to get back to the statics course, and now let's say this, I do that level, I get up to this level on September 9th, and I look at these and I say, oh man, I know all of those. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you left it on 5, it would only do 5 of them. But I want to auto-grow all of them. I know them all, so I just need to review them once in a while. I don't need all that drill and practice to learn them. I do start planting. I go in there. I type auto underscore and leave the page. Yep, it's auto-growing. And they're all ready to water. So that saves me all that time associated with the drill and practice. Alright, I think that's it for this video. I'm going to call it an end.